Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from England. Welcome to today's live stream. And the topic is adjectives. Okay. I don't know if there's anyone watching it. Is anyone here? Please reply in the comments. Can you hear me? Please reply in the comments. I can see someone backstage in the studio. Hello, Amar. Can you hear me? Can you send me a message? Yeah, I think maybe you are the only person here. I can't see any viewers in the main stream. Okay, are you ready to come on stage, Amar? What does Amar say? Yes, let's get Amar on. Hello, Amar. Hi.
Wait. Oh man. Wait, Grace, give me a moment, wait.
Okay, Amar's just getting ready there. So, anyone else on the stream before we launch into today's adjectives live stream even? Okay. Anyone here yet? Can't see anyone. Okay, and what are you ready? Are you ready now? Okay, let's get Amwa back. Hello, Amwa. How are you?
Hello, Chris. I'm good.
Okay, I see I have another student backstage. Have you had a good week?
Not really.
Oh dear. I hope it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I feel like to be honest with you, I've been feeling I guess like it's been so overwhelmed, like with again
Hmm.
like study and work. So yeah,
Oh dear.
yeah.
Okay, well at least it's the weekend now. Have you started your dissertation yet?
Yeah, like I guess like last week we were supposed to submit our first assignment from our lecturer, which is the preliminary studies thing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I just turned in my assignment today. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you know what you're doing now. You've chosen your topic.
Yeah, I have already chosen my topic, so I'm gonna talk about the idiom usage and also the moral value from two movies, and the implication is for their speaking competence for secondary
Hmm.
school students.
Two topics in one thesis.
Yeah, because that's the rules from our university. So they want, like, they have certain rules, they have certain formula for our title, so we have to follow the rules. Yeah.
Okay. So they want you to somehow combine the two things.
Yep.
Was it, do you say ethics in movies and idioms?
Idioms and moral value. Yeah.
It's a bit random to try and combine those two things.
All right. Is it?
I mean, well, I don't know. Sorry, was that your idea or their idea?
That's kind of like my idea, because again, like, if you want to write your thesis, you should first thing that you should know is that you know the theory, right? So you have to
Mm.
know the theory of these idiom things, and also like the moral value. Like, I guess in learning languages, we also sometimes we look at these moral value, like in
Mm.
on the books or like in the movie, they they have to promote this moral value when it comes to learning the language, how
Yeah.
you react, yeah, things like that. I
Okay.
guess Chris, I guess that we have other people in the backstage right now. Is it Farah? Is it Parfara? Who's that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get her on actually. I was
Yeah.
trying to think what to say. Yeah, I was just trying to think about the moral value of idioms. Vavara, are you ready to come on stage? Send me a message. And no, you're not ready. Oh dear, what's wrong? You're just getting ready with your unicorn, are you? So what you're saying that the moral value of idioms, or just the moral value of movies, and not the moral
The
value of
moral
idioms?
value, like in general, in the movie that sounds in the movie.
Yeah, and
That,
how will that connect to idioms?
hmm, like maybe like in certain cultures, like again, like when you learn something, you have to have this like good attitude, the moral value that sounds in a movie. Like earlier, I also like I think in the last semester, we got this like things like similar to this one, and we were talking about this Byron theory. He talked about what is that? Oh, I forgot that one. Cultural things,
Yeah.
cultural value, things like that.
Okay. Related to idioms or not?
No, but we were doing this, like a book analysis, and
Yeah.
like yeah, I used the Byron checklist. Byron checklist, this Byron checklist basically identify some of these cultural thing, like from a book, how they, you
Mm.
know basically they like there's like 8 aspect of that Byron checklist that we have to analyze.
The
And
Baron, sorry, the Baron checklist.
Is it Byron? Wait, Byron.
Byron, Byron, like Lord Byron. Oh,
Yeah,
Byron. I
Byron.
don't know. Is that a name of a person?
Yeah, is that the name of the person?
Okay. And he's done a checklist involving moral values.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a specialist academic thing, which most people will not have heard of, I think. Anyway, we should get on to today's subject, adjectives. Have you studied adjectives much, Anwar? Do you teach them much?
Again, Chris, I don't teach English. I don't teach English, but I only teach
Sorry,
other
yeah,
subjects.
that's true.
Yeah.
You will teach English though
In the
within
next
the
academic year,
foreseeable future.
like which
Yeah.
is
Okay.
in July. Yeah, in July
So I
this year.
mean, then I guess maybe you've done some you must have done teacher training. Yeah.
Yeah, I have like uh previously before I teach in this school. Like I used to teach in a course like in English course. I
Mm,
teach them like secondary school student, and also
mm.
like high school student. Yeah, but it's only like for twice a week or something. Not every day teaching. No.
Okay. And do you ever remember teaching adjectives?
I have, yeah. I think I have taught adjective, and this is the one that I'm like looking at the screen right now. Yeah, like I was teaching about what's that? Comparative adjective,
Yeah.
superlative adjective. Yeah, I was teaching that. I was teaching that to some
Yeah.
students.
That's one of the most common things we teach about adjectives. Okay, student Vivara is ready to come on stage. Okay, let me bring you on. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Chris.
Hello, Vivara. How are you today?
Good.
Okay. What have you been doing today?
Well, I have been reading my book.
Okay, so you are now an expert on grammar. So Vivara, Anwar, Vivara has been studying grammar only for 1 week,
Oh,
but
cool.
she's already very good at it. So yeah, Vivara is a junior student. Okay, and adjectives. What does your book tell you about adjectives, Vivara?
Well, adjectives are words that describe nouns.
Good. So let's start with a noun. Can you give me a noun?
Or, well, for example, a crayon.
Crayon.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good one. Let's just write that in my classroom, shall we? Adjectives. Words which describe nouns. Let's give it a nice box. You can't write in my classroom now, can you?
Yes.
No,
No.
you can't. Only I can because we're on YouTube now. We're not in my usual platform. Okay, what did you say? Words that describe
Nouns. Yes.
nouns. Okay, so the noun you gave me, so nouns are things. For example, crayon. So what adjective can describe a crayon?
For example, long, a long crayon.
The long crayon. Yeah, that's good. Okay, Anwar, can you give us another adjective?
Colorful crayon.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, not just for crayon, but we can
Yeah.
continue with crayon. Colorful, yes, we will do the English style spelling. Okay, there we go. Adjectives. So there are lots of different things we can do with adjectives in English. And one of the main things we do is called comparatives and superlatives. Have
Yeah.
you learnt about comparatives and superlatives in your book yet, Vavara?
No.
Oh, you haven't. Okay, so you are a new student. So yes, I can teach you, and Amwa can teach you as well. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's use your adjective. Maybe you will have seen these before, Vavara. Your adjective is long. So long is just a normal adjective, okay? But with adjectives, we can go up and up again, or we can go down and we can go across. Okay, so if we go up, what do you think, Vivara? Can you change this adjective so it goes up? Do you know what I'm talking about? There you go. So you know what I'm talking about. And this is what kind of adjective?
Um.
Do you remember that word I used?
No.
It's called a comparative adjective because it compares. Long, longer, and then we can go up again. Okay. I think I will go down here. And can you go up again? Long, longer, and what is...
Longest.
Well, there we go. So you know a lot about adjectives, actually, don't you? And longest is what kind of adjective?
Um.
Do you remember that word I used?
No.
So it sounds a bit like Superman. Do you know Superman?
Yes.
Yeah, so he is very special. He's kind of like the best. So it's called not Superman, but the superlative, because it's kind of like the best, the top adjective. There we go. And if we're super clever, we can actually go down. Okay, and teacher Anwar can help us go down. Oh, you want to go down, do you?
Yes. Shorter.
Okay, you can do it that way. That's using the opposite adjective, or you can use the same adjective. Do you know how to do it that way?
No.
Okay, yeah, Anwar, you remember this one? The opposite going down with the same adjective?
Do I need to use the word less or something?
Yeah, that is how we do it. So if we go down from long, it is less. Less what? Less long.
Oh,
Less
I
long.
know this.
Oh, you do you? Well, can you do the bottom one? What's the opposite of longest?
Mm,
Not sure.
not sure.
Okay, Anwar, do you remember this one?
Less and then least.
Yeah, good. Least long or the least long. There we go.
Least.
So we have lots of them. So this is just the normal adjective. What do we call this one, Vavara?
Um,
Longer is the
comparative,
comparative, and then longest is the
superlative.
superlative. Yeah, like Superman. Okay, and these are kind of the same, really. I don't really know the names for these, but I guess this is kind of the opposite comparative, and this is the opposite
This is Chris.
superlative.
This is the first time that I know this thing in
Yeah, we did
adjectives.
it another lesson, didn't we? That's strange. Yeah, it's taught less than the, I guess, what we can call the positive ones.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know why that is. Maybe people often just use the opposite adjective and use the same formula. You can do
Yeah.
that. You can do it
It's
that
common.
style.
Like I guess that it's more common for us to use the antonym. You know.
Yeah.
This
So
to produce.
there's always lots of different options in English, but we're doing a comparative lesson, so we'll give you the full the full options.
Right.
Okay. So Vavara, how do we make comparative? What is the formula? What do we add to the adjective?
Um, we add a suffix, isn't it? Or
Oh, that's a clever word. Was that in your book?
yes.
You're learning all these words very quickly. Yeah. So a suffix is a tiny kind of mini word unit which we add to the end of words. And which suffix do we add to long?
Long air.
Yes. So we just call it adjective plus er. Okay. Do we always do this, or is it different sometimes?
I don't know.
Well, Anwar can tell us. Is it always er?
So basically, for some word that has one syllable, like two syllable, they will add er after the
Mm.
adjective. Like for example, long become longer, slow becomes slower. And for other words that there is more than it's probably like two or three syllable, they were gonna use more and most the most.
Yeah, good. So do you remember that word Vivara syllables? Have we used that word before or not?
No.
These are the little parts of words. So long is one syllable, is another syllable.
Oh, yeah, we used it.
We did
I
it, yeah. Lots of weird words we're using. So longer words are different. For example, do I say interesting, or not?
no.
What do I say for interesting? The comparative form. M. More interesting. You've seen them like this, yeah?
Yes, more.
Sometimes you can't add er. You can't say interestinger. You can't say colorfuler. You can't say beautifuler because they're too long. So you
Yeah.
must say more. Okay. The same with the superlative, Vavara. Do we say interestingest? He's the most interesting.
No.
I can't even say that. What do we say?
Mm, mm,
Mo. Mo.
or
Most
interesting.
good. Most or the most interesting. Okay, so that's for long adjectives. Okay, and luckily everything is the same going down. What should we do now? Yeah, let's just practice that a bit, shall we, before we do some other more difficult stuff.
But
So
Chris,
yeah.
before we continue, I guess that in adjective they also have this irregular adjective, which is if you want to say
Yeah.
like fun, it's more fun. It's not funner, but it's more fun, right?
Oh yeah, there's always exceptions in English, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if there's any kind of rule you can find that. Yeah, so there are some strange adjectives that, even though they are one syllable, we still use more for the comparative form. We don't say funner, we say more fun. And also, there are some just completely irregular adjectives. For example, good. Vavara, do we say good, gooder, goodest, or not?
No, we say more.
No, we don't.
Uh,
We don't say more good. Well, you can say more good. It's not very good, though. What's the usual comparative form of good?
better.
Exactly. And the superlative form of good?
Best.
Yeah, good. So this is what we call an irregular adjective. Do you know that word, irregular?
No.
Really, all these new words for you, but you're good at learning words, so it's okay. So irregular means not normal, different. Okay, so it doesn't follow the rules. Okay, so the rules are add est, but it says no, I won't follow the rules. I will do my own thing, and it does good, better, best. Do you know any other irregular adjectives?
No.
The opposite. What's the opposite of good?
Oh, bad.
Yeah. Do we say bad, badder, baddest?
No, we say worst and the worst.
I have actually heard baddest before, but I don't think it's good English. I think it might be a bit slang.
Yeah.
Bad. There we go. Irregular. So let's move on to our exercises. So we will start with the comparative game. Yeah, first we do comparative. We will do 3 words with an adjective. For example, mouse, horse, elephant, and the adjective is big. Okay, let's start off. Anwar, can you make a comparative sentence?
Comparative sentences using the words mouse,
Yeah,
horse,
so
and elephant.
choose 2 of the words and then the
All right.
correct form of the adjective.
All right. The mouse is bigger than the horse.
The mouse is bigger than the horse.
Oh wait.
What kind of crazy mouse is this?
The horse is bigger than the mouse, and the elephant
Okay, yeah.
is
Sorry, one at a time, so we can have one for Vivara. Thanks.
right.
The horse is bigger than the mouse. Yeah, I've been to Indonesia, Amma, and I didn't see any mice, but I don't think you have giant mice in Indonesia, do you? So the
Yeah.
horse is bigger than the mouse. Okay,
We do.
Vivara, do you do you understand this game?
Yes.
So can you make a comparative adjective sentence?
The horse is less big than the elephant.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you're using a different, more unusual one. That's good. The horse is less big than the elephant. Okay. So I will let you, Vivara, do a superlative. Can you now play the superlative game and give me a superlative sentence?
I don't know what that is.
Remember, like Superman. So we say big. Bigger is comparative. Biggest is superlative. Okay, so look at those animals. Which word do you want to use with biggest?
The elephant.
So can you make a sentence?
The elephant is the biggest.
Good. Or just to make it more clear, you can say the elephant is the biggest of the animals, or the elephant is the biggest of the three animals. Okay, and Amor will give us the opposite superlative. Can you do that, Amor?
The opposite. The opposite.
The opposite superlative, yeah, the one that you haven't used before really in real life.
All right. So
Yeah, do you want to go back to my diagram? Is it here?
I know it. I know it. So the mouse is the least. The least.
The
The
least what?
least big. Then so the mouse is the least big amongst the three.
Of the three. Yeah, okay. In reality, some of these opposite superlatives sound a bit strange. So maybe your formula to use the antonym superlative might be better.
Yeah. So
But we will write both options.
the mouse is the smallest
Of the three animals.
of
If
the
you
three
said the
animals.
mouse is the smallest, that's okay. I'm just making it a bit more clear. And we will put the other option. Yes, usually, well, sometimes the other adjective is less strange. The least big
least
is
big.
possible. Okay, there we go. So now I just want to show another kind of adjective form that we use. All right, where are we? Yeah, so you can go, you see, we can go up, and we can go up again, we can go down, we can go down again. Also, we can go, where's my arrow? We can go across. Do you know what I'm talking about, Alma?
This is like a positive adjective. You use you kind of compare the two same
Yeah.
like two things, but they have like the same quality.
So can you give me an example or
For
tell me the
example,
structure?
for example, the pen is as long as the stapler.
Stapler,
Yeah,
fan, this machine like that.
the
Oh, pen.
the
Sorry, pen.
pen is as
Sorry, I
no
thought you said
like it's
fan. Yeah,
like I pretend that this is like it has the song the same length, so I said that
yeah.
the
Yeah, a
pen is
C.
as long as the stapler.
I got it. Yeah. So, Vivara, did you
Like
see?
the pencil, probably pencil. We're gonna change it into pencil, right?
Okay. Yeah, Vivara, did you see this in your book as?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was Anwar's sentence of the pen is as long as the
It's the
pencil.
pencil. Yeah.
So that means they are the same. Okay, can you give me an as sentence for Vara?
The mouse is as long as the crayon.
The mouse is as long as the crayon. Yeah. Is that correct? Do you have a mouse and a crayon in your house?
I mean a computer mouse.
Oh, I thought you meant like an animal mouse. Yeah, as. So actually, we've got as, but we can also have the opposite, which is called like not as. Anwar, do you know not as?
This is like the first time for me. Not
Oh,
as.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Vivara, have you read about not as?
No.
Okay, so maybe is the mouse as long as the elephant? Yes or no?
No.
So what can you say? Can you give me a negative sentence?
The elephant is not as long as the mouse.
No, that's the wrong way around. Unless you're talking, do you have a tiny baby miniature elephant? You
No.
mean the mouse is not as long as the elephant, don't you?
Oh, yes.
You got confused. You don't have a tiny mouse in your a tiny elephant in your house, do you?
No.
So if we're talking about a normal elephant, we will say the elephant is not as long as the mouse. So as and not as. So let's play this game with some new words. Okay, Amwar, can you give us some new words to play the as comparative game? We could call it the not as game. So let's have three adjectives
All right.
and sorry, three nouns and an adjective. Sorry.
Me first.
Yeah, three nouns. So I hope this is not too weird. It might be weird.
Far. So Farfara is not as tall as Anwar.
Sorry, before not a sentence. Yes. So first we need three nouns. Three
All
nouns.
three nouns. So I'm gonna use Chris, and then Anwar, and then Farfara.
Uh, okay. So proper nouns. But what adjective are we going to use?
We're gonna use the adjective of tall. Tall.
Okay. Well, how we should get the heights. How tall are you, Anwar?
170.
1 meter 70.
Yeah.
Okay, we might need to get an extra uh person as well. Okay, and how tall are you, Vivara?
Uh, 1 hand. Well, uh,
Do you know or not? Are you maybe how old are you? Can you tell us?
8 years old.
8. So I guess if you're 8, you're maybe I can't remember how tall people are when they're 8. 1 meter 40?
Mhm.
Not
No.
sure. Does your mum know?
There's like
Well, I think
120. Like probably like 120.
well,
120.
Yeah.
120. Yes.
You sure? You don't. I don't think you know, do you? Do your mum tell you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I think we need to add an extra person. So who should we add? Do you remember my other teacher, Bavara Badger teacher?
Yes.
Do you know how tall he is?
No.
He's actually also 1 meter 20, which is good for this game.
Right.
So Amma, can you make your first sentence?
All right. The first one should be like positive or negative.
You can choose, I think.
All right. The first one is I'm gonna start with the normal one. So Varvara is as tall as the badger.
I wanted to say that. Sorry.
She wanted to say that. Okay, maybe I'll have to add some extra things for you. Yeah, you could say the badger, or sometimes we can just call him Badger, like that's his
All right.
name. If it's something's your name, you don't need the article. Okay, so yeah, Vavara, can you give me a sentence?
Chris is taller than Varvara.
Yeah, good. But we're playing a new game. We're playing the as game. You have to give me an as sentence. So as is the same, and not as is not the same. Understand?
Yes.
You want to give me an as sentence or a not as sentence?
Oh, let me see. Well, for example, Tony is as big as Anna.
Yeah, well, using the adjective tall.
Oh, yes, as tall as
Tony
Anna.
is as tall as Anwar. That's good. Okay. Anwar, do you have another sentence?
Yes. So still use as adjective
Yeah,
as.
yeah, we're practicing or you can use either positive or negative,
All right.
affirmative or negative.
So Anwar is not as tall as Chris.
Good. Okay, and then can you give us one more sentence, Vavara?
Uh, Badger is not as tall as Tony.
Yeah, whoops, what am I doing? Badger is not as tall as Tony. Good, there we go. So that was quite quick, actually. I mean, a lot of people do not know all these different adjective forms. So we've done the normal adjective, the comparative, the superlatives, and we've done them going up and down, and we've done as, and not as, as. A lot of people don't know all of these forms, but Vavara, you've used them all, all in your first week of learning grammar. You knew as, what I think, did you?
I do. I know that.
Yeah, that's a good one. So if you have all of these options, you'll have more than you can possibly need just to compare things.
Yeah, but the
Okay.
one that
Yeah.
you just showed us, the last adjective and then the least adjective, it's kind of new for us because again, if you want to try to compare other thing, so we're gonna just use like the antonym of the
Yeah.
adjective. So like for example, we talk about
Yeah.
the length, and then we're gonna like the first thing that you have to do is probably the long, and then you're gonna use the adjective of long. That's how it works here, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's probably the most common formula for learners of English. But you just maybe just in a passive use, just so you understand it. If you hear somebody saying these words, you will understand. But yeah, sometimes you might not know the antonym, so that might be a good reason why you might have to use it.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
I guess I
but is
don't
it
know
is it acceptable when you the writing like use this formula
what the least form. Yeah,
the the last and the least
the le-
long.
yeah. You'll hear all of these all of the time. Um, yeah, so that is usually what people do with adjectives, but there are other things to learn, and we have a bit of extra time, so maybe we can do the next thing. And this is called ed versus ing adjectives. Do you know anything about this, Amar? This causes people a lot of problems.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm
can you give
talking
me
about?
like, can you give me one example? I may
Okay,
probably
so
I.
the ed adjective will be bored, and the ing
Oh
adjective
yeah,
will
I
be
know this one.
boring.
Yeah,
So these
I
cause
don't know
Sorry,
it.
what did you say, Vavara?
I don't know it.
You don't know. Okay, well, we can teach you, and you can learn. I know you're good at learning things. Okay, Amar, what do you remember about these different kinds of adjectives?
the first one is the bored means that how do I say like boring is both are adjective, right?
Yeah, they're both adjectives. I mean, how can you describe the different use of each of them? How are they different?
The first one is probably like to state the you know
State what?
state the like
Yeah,
feeling
hard to
thing.
describe. Yeah, good. Did you say feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word we want. So ed is the feeling adjective. I was bored. And what is the ing adjective?
Ing is for situation or noun because it's like
Yeah.
a boring something like that. Yeah.
Situation. Yeah, good. So one, but students make this mistake all the time. Okay. So, I mean, okay, so which lessons at school did you find boring, Anwar, when you were a student?
For me, it's always about creative art because like I think like I don't like them because I couldn't sing, I couldn't, I couldn't dance. Like I don't like art. I don't really like because like I think that I'm not really good at art, so I don't really like it. So it's kind of like boring for me.
Good. So how did you feel during creative art lessons?
I I am bored.
Yeah, well, in the past, you felt bored. Okay, Vivara, so you did not read this in your book?
No, I didn't know about this.
Oh, really? But you heard the word bored and you heard the word boring before, yes?
Yes, of
And you
course.
did you understand the difference or not?
Yes.
Yes. What's
Or,
yes?
well, yes, because bored is a feeling and boring is a situation.
Situation. Yeah, when do you feel bored?
Well, when something is non-interesting.
For example, what makes you feel bored?
Uh, I don't know because nothing makes me.
Okay, nothing makes you bored. Okay, that's good if you can be interested by anything. Anyway, so maybe can you give me two more? Can you give me an ed and an ing adjective pair? Do you think or not?
Mm, me? Yes.
What? Can you give me two, or do you want me to give you some?
Well, for example, no.
Okay, I'll give you a pair. So, well, I'll give you one. So, tired is one adjective, and what's the ing form of tired?
Oh, I just wanted to say tired.
You wanted to say tired, but you didn't.
But,
You
yeah.
didn't have confidence in your idea. What is the ing form of tired?
Uh, I didn't say it because I did not know what the ing will be.
Well, just use the formula. So get the beginning of the word, cut off ed, the suffix as you call it, and add ing instead. Can you do that?
Well,
So not boring, but tiring, yes?
yeah, it's tiring.
Okay, so question. So choose one or the other. Okay. So walking up my mountains is what, Vavara? Is it tired or tiring?
Tiring.
Good. Okay. And
Tired is a feeling.
okay, and Anwar, writing a dissertation, is that tired or tiring?
That's tiring.
Yeah, okay. So now choose one of the adjectives there on the list, Anwar, and can you make a sentence?
So tired.
One of the
Um,
four adjectives. One of the four adjectives. Either of the four. Any of the four.
Tired. I'm gonna use the word tired.
Yeah, you can write it in the chat if you want, and I can stick it in the on the screen. And
But
let's.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
logging in. I don't logged into YouTube right now.
sorry, everyone. I didn't realize there were people watching the streams, putting messages.
Yeah, yeah.
Jessica Risa is here. Thanks for your sentences. Elephant. The elephant is the biggest among them. You can say it like that. He is getting bored, says Jessica. Who's getting bored? I hope no one in the chat is getting bored. Yeah, sorry to ignore you, everyone in the live stream. I was just in my classroom. I wasn't reading the messages. Feel free to join in. Now we're doing ED versus ING adjectives. Anwar is trying his sentence with tired. Can anyone write a sentence with tired?
I have written my
Oh, yeah.
sentence.
I can't see it. Is it in the private chat?
Private chat, yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know how to move private chat sentences
All right.
unless
Can
I.
you write my sentence, Mr. Chris?
Sorry, wait a second. I copied and pasted your sentence, Anwar, and then I put it in the messages, and then I put it here on the screen. Can you see it on the screen?
Yep.
Yeah. Can you read Anwar's sentence, Vavara? I am tired.
The thing is that it is in Russian here.
What's in Russian? Where?
His sentence.
His sentence is in Russian. How did
Yes.
that happen?
I
That is
don't know.
strange. Okay, so he wrote, "I am tired after joining a 7-hour class." Is that correct?
Well, yes, I see. If I can translate it from Russian to.
I don't know why the computer is playing funny games with you. Yeah, maybe press a button. You can get it back to English. I don't know. Jessica is writing, yeah, a sentence. Just one thing, Anwar. Yeah, so you got the right adjective form, but yeah, it's not a 7 hours class, it's a 7-hour class. I think that's when it functions as an adjective. You don't need to add S. You say a
Yeah, all right.
seven. You knew that, maybe. I don't know.
Hour. So I don't need the S.
Yeah, I think because it's functioning as an adjective, no S is needed, a 7-hour class.
Right.
I'm tired because of home chores, says Jessica. Vavara, is that okay? Did she use the right adjective form?
No.
No. Which one should she have used? She should have said, I am tiring.
Oh no, she used everything good.
Is correct. I am tired because of, you probably say because I did the home chores or home tasks. Vavara, you said you have a sentence for me, do you?
Yes, and my sentence is art classes are boring.
Oh, really? Art classes are boring. Yes, Amar. Has she used the correct adjective form?
I guess yeah.
Yeah.
Art classes.
Could you give the opposite, the feeling adjective form of this same adjective?
Feeling or situations.
Can you give the opposite, which is feeling, the feeling adjective?
Um. Student.
Did you say students?
Student.
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 Are bored.
Students are bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Let's add a few more. What? Did you ever have problems with this part of English or not?
Which one?
Choosing between the feeling or situation adjective.
I guess no. Like for this one, I know how to use the word exhausted and exhausting. I know how to do.
That's okay, but I mean, a lot of students just have this problem for a long time, and they don't seem to be able to understand it or
What
something.
about me?
What do you mean? What about you?
Don't I have any
Oh,
problems?
no, sorry, wait a second. I'm just gonna think of some new ones. Can you think of some new ones now, Vavara?
Well, let's try.
Can you think of any? Hard to think of words sometimes, isn't it? How do you feel maybe if you see a spider?
Scared.
Yeah, so that's the ed feeling form. And what's the
Scaring.
situation? I'm sorry.
Scaring.
Now this is strange. This is actually an
Scary.
irregular. It's actually an irregular adjective. It doesn't take the ing form. What is it? Am sorry?
Scary.
Scary.
C
Yeah. Did you
F
know this
C
word?
A R Y. Scary.
Did you
Oh,
know that word, Vivara, or not?
of course.
You did. Okay.
How would I talk in English without it?
Okay. So, how do I feel if how do I feel if I fall from a tree, Vivara? Do I feel scared or scary?
Scared.
Yeah, good. Okay, Amar, can you give us another pair? Maybe an irregular, any irregular forms if you can think of any.
Um, uh, Terrified. Just terrified,
Okay.
terrifying,
Say that again, sorry.
terrified,
Terri
terrifying,
terrified and terrifying.
terrified, terrified, and terrifying.
Yeah, do you know these words, Vivara?
Yes, it is. It. I don't know what. How can it be? Well, I can't find the reason from scared and terrified. It's the same actually.
Well, actually, these are called strong or extreme adjectives. Terrified means very scared, and terrifying means very scary. Okay, Vivara, can you choose one of the 8 adjectives and make a sentence? Let's check. Let's check the comments also, shall we? Any interesting comments? I'm afraid of lizards, said Jessica. How do you know the lizards aren't afraid of you? Probably are. Okay, Vivara, can you make a sentence? I don't mean that in a bad way, Jessica. I mean they're probably afraid of all of us because we're very big. Okay, Vivara, can you
For
make a
example,
sentence?
I am terrified.
You are not terrified. You are terrified.
Yes, I'm
Are you going
terrified.
to tell us why?
Um, because I saw a spider.
Yeah, I am terrified. Well, yeah, good. You could say I am or I was terrified because I saw a spider. Yeah, Anwar, can you make a sentence with one of the words there?
Mm, I I don't like watching horror movies because it's terrifying.
Yeah, good. Or they are terrifying. Yes. Okay, I can't think what. There's not much else we can do with adjectives, really, is there? They're quite simple. You just have to remember the comparatives and superlatives and the other similar forms, and then the feeling versus adjectives. Sorry, the feeling versus situation adjectives, and that's all you really need to know. I say
Uh,
all. It's kind of a lot of stuff to learn, but
Chris, what about the adjective? But sometimes I think that I don't know the meaning of certain words. Like it's probably like it acts like a adverb, but they're not adverb.
oh dear, I don't like the sound of that. That sounds a bit unusual. It acts like an adverb, but it's not an adverb. What do you mean?
I would probably check it later, and yeah, we'll check it later.
Yeah, Vivara, do you know what he's talking about? Do you know what adverbs are? Yeah,
Um,
we talked about this, didn't we? Can you remind us?
uh, I forgot.
So adjectives describe nouns, what the adverbs describe.
Um, they describe the verbs.
Mm, exactly. For example, can you give me one?
Um, Fast.
Yeah, good. And what would be the verb that fast describes?
Um, Rinse, for example.
I'm sorry?
Rinse.
Rinse?
No, rinse.
Yeah, when we give the names of verbs, we usually give the infinitive uh, form. Do you know that word infinitive?
Um,
Not sure. Okay, so it's the original form. So run. Yes, good. Yeah, fast is a strange one because it's the adjective form and the adverb form. He is a fast runner. He runs fast. Um, okay, yeah, there is another small thing, but I don't know if we have to do it today. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier, which was extreme or strong adjectives. Do you know anything about extreme adjectives, Emma?
um,
Extreme adjective,
Yeah,
the one that like,
we've already used one or two here.
yeah, like I guess that like the word like starving. It's like
Yeah, so what do they mean? What does it mean?
it means that you're really hungry.
Yeah, so it's like a stronger form of another adjective, but it changes grammatically, they're a bit different. So you have to be careful with them. What can you not do with extreme adjectives?
We I guess that we can't use the word very.
Yeah, so you can't say I was very terrified because terrified means very scared. So you could say I was terrified. There are special words you can use with extreme adjectives. Do you know these special words, Amma? Like absolutely, for example.
Absolutely.
I was absolutely terrified. Starving, Vivara. Do you know that word starving?
um,
And that doesn't have a situation form, does it?
yes.
Do you know what starving means?
Well, it means hungry, very hungry.
Exactly, yes. So can you say I'm very starving?
Um, no,
Or
it
what can you say?
you can't say I am starving.
Or you can say I'm absolutely starving, but you can't say
So
I'm very
Chris, this
starving.
starving word, it doesn't have the ed sound. Starve.
Yeah, but it's still the feeling is so that's an unusual one. Yeah, so the feeling is ing and there is no situation form, is there? I don't think because some words just don't have situation forms
Mm.
because it's only a feeling. Yeah, so there's lots of complicated things with English. Any more extreme adjectives? Do you know any Vivara? Any extreme adjectives that means very something? For example, tired. Do you know the extreme form of tired?
Mhm.
No? What's the adjective that means very tired? Eggs.
Exhausting.
I know you know that one, but I mean, and that's not the feeling though, is it?
Exhausted.
Exhausted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that word, Vivara? Exhausted.
Yes.
Okay. And what's the situation form of exhausted? Just
Uh,
use the usual rule.
exhausted.
Exhaust. Again, sorry.
Exhausted.
Exhausting. Yeah. Can you tell me something which you find exhausting?
Oh, wow. Dancing.
Good. Can you make a full sentence for me?
Um, I find dancing very exhausting.
Oh, what did we say about extreme adjectives and very? Can we do that?
Um,
No,
Cannot use very with extreme adjectives. Instead, we must say,
absolutely.
yeah,
absolutely.
remember that? But don't worry, it's so much to learn today, and I think it's lunchtime in England or late lunch. So let's do a recap. Vivara, are you writing in the comments as Land S? Is that you?
Yes.
So you're writing in a private chat and the comments. Okay, so when we get to the end of a live stream, we do a recap. Do you know what a recap is, Vivara?
No.
Like a review. You know what a review is?
Oh, yes. It's kind of to well, kind of to review.
Exactly.
To
So you're going to tell,
summarize.
yeah, you're going to tell us not everything we did because that will take another hour. So you just very quickly tell us what we did in like just a little piece of time, like 30 seconds. Can you do that?
Oh,
And I can go back to the beginning of the classroom for
oh
you.
yes, yes.
Where are we going back to?
Wow.
Oh, not that far. What was the subject of today's live stream?
Yes, adjectives.
Yeah, and what did we do first?
We uh, well, adjectives. We um studied uh adjectives using the word long, and we went up using words longer and longest, and down using words less long and the least long.
Good. Sorry. And can you remember all the special grammar words for all of those things?
Yes. Superlative.
Which one was the superlative?
The longest.
Good. And the other words?
Comparative.
Not comparative, comparative.
Comparative
For
is
which word?
longer.
Yeah, good. Okay, and these are kind of like comparative and superlative going down. And what about if something is the same, or which what do we do then? These two words. One, two.
Uh,
Can't remember. As, yes?
yes, as.
Can you give me an as sentence?
Uh, the computer is as long as the book.
The computer is as long as the book, maybe. Okay, and what's the opposite of as?
Um, I don't know.
Not as.
Oh yes, not that.
So not the same. Okay, then we played the games, comparative games with the mouse, the horse, the elephant, and big, and the superlative game. And then what was the second? Amar, maybe you can take over. What are the second thing we learnt about adjectives? Or reviewed.
So we have already covered about these ed and ing adjectives. So for ed, it shows that it means that the adjective is talking about the feeling, and then for ing, it talks about the situations. And we also have covered some of these extreme or strong adjective, which you can't use the word very if you want to use this extreme or strong adjective. You can replace the word very, use the adverb absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
And that's what we did. There might be some other things to learn about adjectives, but I can't
yeah,
think.
yeah. I just remember that maybe next time if you want to do the live stream, we can do this. This adjective. There is like one sentence that has more than two or three adjective. This
Oh,
Q.
you're talking about adjective order.
Yeah, this adjective order. It's
Yeah,
sometimes like
that's
I
more.
you know
That's
I
quite
mix
advanced.
them up sometimes. I mix them up sometimes because
Yeah,
to remember the the order. Q S A S Q C O M P.
what?
Kisascom. We
What
we we,
you
we
got some special formula you learnt?
yeah. We
You
like
mean
our teacher will teach how to remember this. So they will say the key sas com. Key stand for quality, S for size, A I guess the A is for I don't know, like I forgot, but the
yeah,
formula is yeah, to form this to order the adjective you have to do this
yeah.
formula. Key sas com.
Okay, I see. That's usually a bit more advanced. That I'd say is usually about B2 level. I've seen that. We did about B1 level today, I think, which is
All
good.
right.
And most of it was new for you, Vivara. A lot of this was new, Vivara. Yeah. Well, you did very well. So carry on with your book. And this is just your first week of learning grammar. So I think you will be a grammar expert quite soon. And I think we'll finish there. Thank you to everyone who came, who's
Yes.
who's in the chat. Can you see all the people in the chat, Vivara?
Oh, well, let me see. Well,
Can you
there's
say
just
thank you? Can you say
me.
thank you for coming to them?
Oh, yes. 1 minute.
Who's there? Who can you see?
Um, Let me say thank you to him.
Can you see their names?
Yes.
Can you read their names?
Jessica, Rissa,
Uh,
and I think that's everyone.
yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have too many people. I hope some more people might watch it later. Thank you, Jessica, for coming. Thank you, Risa. And mostly thank you to our two studio guests for helping me review everything with everyone. That is Vivara and Amor.
Yep. Very well.
Okay. Anyone got anything to say, or can I go for lunch?
I guess that's yeah. Thank you very much for today's lesson. That's kind of like refreshing my memory with adjective,
Yes.
especially
Yeah.
this as comparative, superlative, and also like the one that I just learned today, the one that is really like the opposite, like which like the going down
Oh,
version.
yeah. I think we talked about that before, but it's hard to remember, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
practice that one. Yeah, as I say, it's not enough to learn something once. If you have problems, go to your grammar books, and there's always pages full of exercises. Do a page, practice with your speaking partners or a teacher if you have one, and eventually you'll get good at something if you're not now. Okay, I plan to do the normal live streams next week, mostly grammar on YouTube. I will be back on Hello Talk next week, actually.
All
But
right.
I'm Hello Talk will probably be mostly things like Cambridge and IELTS, and I will
Yeah.
continue with grammar on YouTube because unfortunately these are the most popular videos on YouTube. So I have to only do the popular videos at the moment.
All right. All right.
Okay, Vivara, do you have anything more you want to say?
No. So your next live stream is when?
I guess Monday on YouTube, I think. I will tell everyone when I know what I'm doing.
Tomorrow, you mean?
Monday. That's
Oh.
not tomorrow, is it? The day after tomorrow.
Oh, I can't. That day.
You can't. Oh, okay. Well, whenever you can come. Okay, so let's go then. Bye bye, everyone. Have a nice
Take
afternoon or
care.
evening wherever you are in the world. Okay,
Yeah,
over and out. Over and out. Bye bye.
bye.
Oh.